Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. So we're going to talk a little bit of CFB. More exclusively, we're going to talk about Deion Sanders, Travis Hunter, all the drama, the chaos surrounding this past weekend. These past 2 weeks to be exact, because we're talking about Travis Hunter. Okay? Then you have Joe Latt coming out talking about how, people are hating on Deion Sanders. You have Keyshawn Johnson coming out talking about he knows that basically people colluded and basically conspired to basically make Deion Sanders look completely like a buffoon, right? Now, Oregon did win, right? Very gracefully, I would say. Dan Lanning, he did a good job, head coach for Oregon. Yeah, he did a good job, right? But push come to shove, let's just be honest, and let's just stop all this. 85 new players that Deion Sanders brought in. Of course, this program is in its infancy right now. They're just rebuilding. They just got a whole new roster. They got a lot of young guys. And just to be honest with you, hands down, it was a physical game. Their front five, Colorado, their whole front five just needs to just put on some more pounds, maybe grow a few more inches, or get some guys in there that can block and do the job. Business is business. And you could say, okay, these guys, listen, business is business. And it is what it is. I can really go into detail, for you, but that's something that you're gonna have to learn and figure out, on your own. And just that it's what it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. You cashed in on a opportune moment, in your collegiate, career. You decided, hey, maybe I'll have my run at the litter at this school because, recruiting wise, I'm this many stars and maybe I can have a good college career doing what I'm doing now. When honestly, you have a spin because the AD, he didn't want the same season, the same run that, Colorado has been having, when they're going, 1-12 or, some crazy stuff like that, where they're only winning 1 or 2 games a season. Now, the previous coach, his recruiting class is based off of that record. So when I'm not getting into details, but basically, you're gonna get shook. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get shook loose, basically, when a new coach comes in. Okay, and you gotta hold on for dear life. And to put it in so many words, and that's what's gonna have to happen, for people not to get replaced. And the performance that they put on, you got hit in the mouth. That what happened was you got hit in the mouth, and then you're looking down and you're looking around to see if anybody saw it or if anybody is going to help you. And we saw that, a steady dose of that. Before you looked up, it was the second quarter. You know what I'm saying? And we're looking at, are they about to go 21-0? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be 21-0 skunk. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was good. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I can't believe that that's their 3 touchdown margin. That's exactly what I was thinking. And you know what, to be completely honest, I was heading to put money on the game. I was heading to go put money on it. Are you kidding me? The payouts was ridiculous. And then something told me, you know what I'm saying? Something told me to hold tight, which I did. I got caught up in a conversation that I really didn't want to, get caught up in. But I got caught up in a conversation and a push came to shove. I said, you know what? I'll just go ahead and finish this convo and we'll see how things go. And it was 14 to no at that time. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I don't care what. If you get up 14-0 by the first quarter, and then they're tacking on, an extra. They're going for 2 this early in the game. I'm like, nah. And good thing I didn't, because I was gonna lose the money. You feel me? But the payout was enormous. Good thing I held on to it. I think I'm gonna just completely put up my gambling jacket, because I was gonna have to put way too much on the line to get a decent payout, on that Errol Spence fight, which my pick was right, but it was just too much money, and in transaction, it was gonna be too much money in limbo for that, for that to even be feasible. Okay, too much money in escrow that was gonna have to be tied up. But then in this instant, it wasn't a lot of money. It was a big payout, but just the odds was not in my favor. That they were favored 21 points, and this is football we're talking about. However, let's just not even get on that too much. But push comes to shove, it comes out that Dan Lanning basically conspired against Colorado and Deion Sanders, and basically went behind his back, and that is some rule that has to be illegal. That's not legal. You and your coaching staff can go. I don't care how many games Colorado has played. You can go all the way back to when Colorado was bunting the football, okay? And you could watch tape on them. You and your staff, you can do that all day. But now when it comes up that you now are colluding with several coaches from different schools, and y'all are now conspiring to come up with a game plan to beat Deion Sanders, that you can't do that. That's breaking the rules. And that's going without that's an unsaid rule. That just, but it's a thing called the Good Old Boys League, and you're gonna figure out what it is, man. You'll figure out. You'll see these guys get passed around. It's just it's like musical chairs, okay? These guys are gonna be in several outfits, and then you'll see the same guys just switching outfits, and that's what it is. And then you tack on. I mean, just to put a pin in that, it's illegal. You can't do it. I don't know if that is gonna go down. If the AP and whoever else is doing these scores and charting. I don't know if they're gonna take that into accountability. But that game could be written up as a draw or no contest because of that. It really could. So if enough people are talking about this, that's exactly what is going to happen. And at the least, Dan Lanning is going to see some type of, I mean, if it's true, this is just talks, right? Right now, it's just hearsay. It's just talk. That's what people have said. But when you get people coming out and they're saying, yeah, this happened. Me and this guy had the conversation, and there's face and names, and we can go down the list with this. It's going to be a wrap. You can't do that. It's illegal. Okay, now if you guys are gonna evade this, then okay, maybe you guys can get away with it this season, and it'll just be, it'll be similar, because this is very similar to what USC, right? This is very similar to USC, and this is why they lost a lot of people in their recruiting class. Well, and it was 4 years they couldn't compete for a national championship, right? Pete Carroll, right? He's now in the NFL, but he, guys, that was a real thing, right? That was a very real thing, and it's just one of those things. But in conclusion, because I really don't want to get too long-winded on this, because we're talking football. It is what it is. These things can get drawn out, but I will say this: a very emotional, and that's what Deion Sanders was going to have to do. He was going to have to talk to his team and be very emotional. And one thing I like about Deion Sanders, he's just real. He's real. He's not gonna get up there and yell. and try to, do that. It's a business at the end of the day. You know your job, you know the game plan. The first time you get hit in the mouth, all that conversation that took place, that's not going to continue. Okay. It's gonna have to be instilled in you with integrity to do what you have to do. How much does it mean to you? You know what I'm saying? You guys are getting paid. How much does it mean to you? You know what I'm saying? Period. That's it. Okay? Regardless of the money, regardless of all this stuff. What does it mean? And I feel like what what Deion Sanders did was a proper move, but he basically read a letter, a text message from Travis Hunter, basically saying he wants to play against USC, which that's a major game. And this guy is super light, but let's not get it twisted, guys. There have been freshmen playing in college football since I don't know when. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? The red shirt, people do red shirt. Don't get me wrong. People red shirt, but it's just one of those things where you can get that extra year in. And let's not even talk about how old and how many reps and mental reps these guys have had, against a very, very young Colorado team. But however, I'll say this. Deion Sanders, in conclusion, basically told him no. And, of course, his health. We're talking about a bruised liver, you know what I'm saying? A bruised, a ruptured spleen. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about this, we're talking about organs and stuff like that. This is a heavyweight boxing match you're in. You know what I'm saying? This is some heavy weighter stuff we're going against. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can pick the ball, you can do all this, but we're starting to talk about development. We're starting to talk about having, people being able to take this amount of punishment. That's like Floyd Mayweather going up against, what is it? Let's say, well, I'll just say the Big Show, right? That WWE wrestler, because that actually happened. He actually did go up against the Big Show. He beat him up too. But it's something like that. It's like this is ridiculous. At the end of the day, this guy is like maybe he looks like he could be like 195, 185. He looks solid, to tell you the truth, and he's big, he's tall. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like is he conditioned to take that type of abuse, and these type of freak accidents happen? Nonetheless, he wants to get eyes on him. He wants to get more NIL, I think NIL money. He wants to get paid, right? And he should get paid. I'm not against that at all. It's just one of those surreal moments where you see someone like a Travis Hunter putting himself out there saying like, hey, I want to play. Deion Sanders could be any type of coach. You'd be like, yeah, let's put him out there. And now he's struggling with the injury, never getting healthy this whole entire season. And he's struggling with this injury. Let's heal up. That's what Deion said. Let's heal up and get you out there so you can play. And you're going to be a real impactful player when you get healthy. And he knows that. And that takes, at the end of the day, you're going to see, real life happen. And it's just one of those things, everybody has their like little, shows they watch, their novellas, their, talk shows, love and hip hop and all that type of stuff. But this is some real type of stuff. You have Hard Knocks. You got 60 Minutes out there following these guys around. This is real stories. And even if, it's something that you can relate to. If you've been through, you've played this game, you understand what these guys are going through. You have a hindsight, you have a 2020 vision, and you're seeing these guys take that, they're going on that hike. These guys, you're seeing them, walk that walk. You're seeing these guys on that track. And that is something that, it instills integrity in you. And you're seeing how these guys is going to handle this adversity. And they definitely been hit with adversity, even when they had wins. Very similar to 2 weeks ago when Travis Hunter had to leave the game, and these guys still was able to pull off that, win. But long story short, a lot of adversity has been going on, revolving around University of Colorado and Deion Sanders. I think these guys are. I think it's going to be a good deal, man. I think it's going to be a good deal, and I'm willing to bet some money on these guys. Okay, I'm willing to bet some money on these guys. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to see them improve and play better. But just interesting. I had to talk about this. Peace, guys. I'm out.